One of the greatest life traps to avoid is getting involved with a narcissist. A narcissist is a term you'd often hear when it comes to relationships, and if you aren't familiar with it, it can easily mean like a shorthand for like a jerk, an asshole who has some kind of egotistical personality disorder. But you'd be gravely mistaken. A narcissist isn't just an egotistical person, but rather someone who manipulates, gaslights, and they dodge all semblance of, responsibility, especially when it comes to hurting or like putting other people in danger. Like in the movie The Thing, They Live, or the anime Claymore with those pesky Yoma, narcissists are predators who adopt a human form. Not all of them will possess those dead eyes of a malignant narcissist. Now, these people can be anyone. They can be a man, a woman, whatever ethnicity or background. They can flaunt their heavy credentials to give themselves credibility. They can dazzle you with their sexy appearance or whatever. They can be that one friend who you end up being called on to do a lot of favors for, or for you to be there for them in XYZ crisis, but they're mysteriously absent or even dismissive when they come to your needs and emotions. They can flare up when you try to call them out on their nonsense, even going so far as to like just withdraw their warmth and affection, giving you the silent treatment. They can they can pretend to have like a concern for you or others, and they can do favors for you in such a way to make you feel like you owe them for everything. Regardless, you're gonna feel drained after being in their presence for a while, and what's worse, you're conditioned to believe that love, affection, decency, even respect, it's all conditional on you like performing well under terms. So you're gonna feel like you're on nerves, robbed of any semblance of like a peace. Something which will invariably occur is that they're going to put you in very dangerous situations with impunity. For me, like I've had a narcissist who I knew since junior high, who in 2016 he strong armed me into like a disastrous camping trip that he planned, only for him to threaten crashing his SUV on the way home because I used up all the Bunsen burner fuel cooking the noodles, and I didn't know there's only a limited amount of fuel. Well, he's a psychologist now. He specializes with teenagers, children. I had another narcissist who strung me into helping her against being sued by a client who she burnt her face in a chemical peel when she should have known better. And this she took me over to a distant neighborhood in a different part of the city, while her psychopathic Muslim boyfriend was in the car, and it escalated into a really bad argument where I just had to walk away and just take the bus home. Anyways, these people, they know full well what they're doing, what's happening, and who they really are. For the younger people in the audience, if you ever played the games Five Nights at Freddy's with the Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, that's pretty much how it's like to deal with a narcissist. But anyways, these people, they do not get better if you try to confront them about their behavior or get them to therapy, do 1,000 favors or anything. They are who they've always been since before birth or the moment of their conception. And no matter how much you feel they've robbed you of all those years spent on them, or how much they've hurt you with impunity or violated your boundaries, never resort to revenge, all right? And if you ever do plan on exposing them publicly for being a narcissist or dark tribe predators, you can expect endless retaliation and smear campaigns. The only thing that really matters is you have to have the courage to just leave them and just block them forever. If they show up at your doorstep, and then you're not gonna just spread your legs for them and just oh my god, I'm so in love with him now, I have feelings and we're gonna live together in Oregon. Ah! No, don't do that. you have to like leave him and like block him and never come back to those like you know, people.